What's up, YouTube gang? We're back at it here with you guys, making some more videos, more content for you guys. Today we got a lot of things going on. Not a lot, just a couple things, like two. Today we're gonna go check out a car collection. Not really a car collection, more of a place where people store cars. See some nice, cool little couple exotics, stuff like that. Maybe do that stuff like a little bit of like a B-roll, like a smooth shot for you. Just get a couple of car content in there. But this video mainly is gonna be about teach you guys how to drive manual. Just a little bit of tutorial on how I drive manual, how I drive my car. And every car is a little bit different when it comes to manual, but they're mostly the same when it comes to overall driving of a manual car. Just a little bit of info what car we are going to be driving today and what you guys will be expecting in the video. So I drive a 2014 Camaro SS. In my opinion, from the manual cars I have driven in the past, this car is a little bit easier of a car to drive manual. And I'm just gonna show you guys how I drive my car on a day-to-day basis and the things I do, and then maybe some tips and tricks you guys can use to driving your manual cars. Or if you have another Camaro that's a manual yourself, maybe you're struggling with shifting or a couple things like that, maybe you can use these tips and tricks to help you drive your Camaro car, or just your regular car in general. All right, so first thing first, just to get used to where you're sitting, driver's seat, cockpit, you're gonna say your steering wheel here, you have your speedometer on the left, and then you have your RPMs on the right. In the center of my car I have the speed here, so I really don't pay attention to this over here, but I have the speed right here as well. Then over here to the right of you, you'll have your shifter. Usually most shifters have either, my car has it right here, the gear pattern it is, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then reverse. Some cars have a reverse lockout, so you have to pull the tab right here to get your car into reverse once your car stops rolling. So you pull the tab, slide it over, put it in reverse. And then this car, you have to be doing full stop, that's the reverse lockout. Then you can go to reverse all the way over and then put it in reverse. So if you're ever worried about in this car putting it in reverse while you're trying to get to fifth gear, don't worry about it. It has a reverse lockout. You can't even go that far while driving. And then you have your pedals down here down below. You have your clutch pedal, your brake pedal, and then your gas. So technically when you're driving a manual car, what you want to do is you want to keep your left foot on the clutch, not like pressed down, but like just hovering over it, like nice and lightly, just hovering over it, no pressure. And then you'll use your right foot for the gas and then for the brake. Okay, so you just go like this. Some people like to do the little 2-foot thing. I technically don't. That's just a little weird for me. So what I'll do is I'll just blurp the gas. You'll show you how that works later, and then I'll just tap or blurp the gas. So let's get into the driving aspect of the car and let's show you how I drive a manual. All right, boom. First things first, always safety first. Wear your seatbelts. Okay, that's the first thing. What you're gonna do to get your car started. Most manuals, what I will tell you, personal experience, when you park your car, leave it in neutral so you don't have to worry about taking out a gear, stalling it while it's parked, whatever it is, it's taking off on you, whatever. Then you'll have your e-brake. Either e-brake will be on the inside of you, the outside of you. Some cars nowadays have an electronic e-brake. You need to know what that is in your vehicle, so go ahead and locate that. Once you locate your e-brake, all you're gonna do is you're gonna press the gas down, because once you let go of the e-brake, the car is going to want to roll if you're on an uneven surface. So you're gonna push the e-brake in or let it down. Then what you're gonna do after that is push your clutch in. So you're gonna push your clutch in all the way. You're gonna find your first gear on your gear shifter, put it in first, and then as you want to roll, you want to take your foot off the brake. Okay, if you're on a slight angle and you start rolling a little bit, if it is backwards, don't panic. You can let out the clutch really slowly and have a little bit of brake, and then when you start feeling the car to roll, all you're gonna do is let off that brake so the car can roll so you don't stall it. First thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna let off the brakes. I know I'm on an even surface. I'm gonna let the clutch out to my middle point. Every clutch, pretty much from my knowledge, has a middle point where it will want to roll. So once we let this guy here go by, we can go over that. Just let this guy walk by me for a second. I know where my clutch's middle point is. So I'm gonna let the clutch go to the middle point, and I'm gonna slowly irk out and watch the car roll. Once the car rolls, I'm gonna start giving it gas up to a certain RPM where I know the car's RPM range is, and we're rolling, okay? Every car has a certain RPM range that it likes to come out to roll with to start first gear. My car is typically around 1,000 to 1,500 RPMs. 1 or in between 1 and 2. Once again, we're gonna slowly pull the clutch out and slowly give it gas. And as you feel the car roll, you're gonna slowly come off the clutch and just nothing but gas. Okay. As you are rolling, just you don't always have to push the clutch in when you're having to slow down. You can just let off the gas a little bit and roll. Back to what I was saying. So as you start your RPM range to roll the car out of, or roll the car into gear, every car is different. Some cars like to be around 2,000 RPMs to roll out of first gear. Some cars like to be around 1,000. Some cars like to be around 1,500. My car is around 1,000 to 1,500. When you're coming to a corner, you want to go ahead and push the clutch in. I go down to second gear. It's a little weird. That's how I do it, just to get a slower, a smoother roll into the corner. Don't worry about that. We'll go over that in a second. And that's how you would find how to roll out of first gear. So from that 1,000 to 2,000 RPM range, you slowly, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come off the clutch. As you come off the clutch, you're gonna press the gas. So it should be a transition of your feet. So clutch in, and as the clutch comes out, you're rolling, you're starting to give it gas. You wanna get that up to around 1,500 RPMs, and then you're off the clutch and you're onto the gas, okay? Once again, we're coming to a stop here, so clutch in, first gear, and I'm rolling to the stop, pressing the brake, and I come off. I usually put my car in neutral, so I don't have to sit here and hold the clutch the entire time. You can do that. Just make sure you're putting your foot on the brake to stop the car. As we wait for the light to turn green here, I will show you the process again of me coming off the clutch into the gas, so you guys can see that really well. I'll move this out of the way too, so you guys can see that. Boom. So we're gonna go to first gear, clutch all the way in, and then boom, come off the clutch into the gas. And as we're rolling, I'm about 1,000 RPM, and now we're in a roll. There's no clutch at all. I'm just rolling. Then I'm gonna clutch in, shift, clutch out, gas, transition. Come to a stop, same thing. We're gonna clutch in, brake, first gear. We're not coming to a complete stop yet, so I'm not worried about it. Then we are coming to a complete stop. Boom, clutch all the way in, foot on brake. I can sit here like this if I want to, waiting for traffic to move, or I can put it in neutral. What I'm gonna do is leave it in gear, come out again, slowly clutch, gas, 1,000 RPM. I'm just gonna do a small little roll, no clutch at all. Don't have to do it, don't have to sit there and hold the clutch in and try to manage your clutch pressure and everything like that. Just let the car roll. First gear on the gas, you can just slowly push the clutch back in right now. The car is gonna disengage the gears. I'm gonna slap mine into neutral because I know I'm coming to a complete stop because of the red light. And then I'm just gonna sit here, clutch out, neutral, perfectly fine. We are gonna get on the highway here in a second. So when we get on the highway, then I'll be a little more informative on getting through all of the gears. But for the most part, rolling through traffic is not that hard in a manual once you get used to it. Every car is different. Some clutches are heavier, some clutches are lighter. Some cars need a little more to get them going. So right now, we're gonna clutch in, first gear, off brake. Then we're gonna slowly clutch out, gas. And then as the car gets into the rolling aspect and the RPMs are in a good spot, you're gonna come all the way off that clutch and you're just gonna press the gas pedal down. And then you're just gonna sit here. We got a shift right now. So we're gonna clutch in, second gear, slowly clutch out, gas, boom. And we're just gonna hit it like this. Now we're in second gear. That's how you're gonna do it every time you wanna shift. Now, if I wanted to downshift, okay? If I wanted to downshift this car to get it to a lower gear and I have open space, what I would do is I would clutch in, out of gear, blurp it like this, put it in gear, and slowly to repeat the process. Slow clutch out, slow gas in. Now just downshift. That's how you downshift. Once again, come to a stop, clutch in, neutral for me preferably. What you can do is you can put it back into first gear, set the light, hold the clutch in, hold the brake in, leave it in first gear. You can do that if you want to. If that's what you're comfortable doing, most definitely can do that. I preferably don't like sitting here holding the clutch in, so all I'll do is I'll sit here with my foot on the brake, put it in neutral, and just wait for the light. What I was saying with downshifting, sorry I'm kind of jumping over the place, but this is just a tutorial of it. It's not a step-by-step guide. It's just a little bit of tips and tricks for you guys. What the downshifting thing is, In my car, I technically do not always have to blurp the throttle to get it down a gear. What I can do is I can put it in first gear, drive a little bit here, and then when we get on the highway here, I'll show you. When I want to downshift, this car is actually really nice, and I don't know if it's a feature the car has or if it's just something I shouldn't be doing, but it works. Is when I want to downshift on a gear, I will clutch in, downshift on that gear, and then I will slowly let out without blurping the throttle and change the gear. So slowly let the clutch out, push the gas, and then the car will adjust the RPMs as I'm going down, as I'm slowly letting the clutch out, to put me in the right RPM range. And then we're gonna do the same thing again here. Slow clutch out, gas, and we're rolling. Okay. Within doing so, you're gonna turn, no clutch at all, just turning slow on the pedal. It's a normal gas pedal, so just be mindful of that. Getting the RPMs up higher here. We're gonna clutch in, grab second gear, clutch out, gas, boom. We gotta get up here for highway speed, so we're gonna do the same thing again. Clutch in, grab the gear, slow out, gas. Boom, we're gonna merge. So don't have to worry about the brake at all, your car's already rolling. So when you're on the highway, you do not have to ride your clutch on the highway. You're just gonna sit into the gear you need to sit in, and you can just slowly throttle down, brake, all of that within one gear. You do not have to always downshift to be where you want to be. Downshifting is nice when you want to help slow yourself down. So, like I was saying with downshifting in my car, if I wanted to go down or go up one gear, if I wanted to go down to third right now to get a better gear or a better pull or a better ride or whatever I want to do with it, I'm going to grab the clutch or push the clutch in, go down, and you heard that? I blurped it a little bit, and I'll do it again without it. But the car revved up to the right RPM range, and I let the clutch out, and I just pressed the gas. I have a habit of revving the engine so that way it doesn't do it all the time. Let's get back up a gear again. In gear, I want to downshift one gear. I'm going to clutch in, go to that gear, let it out, and a little bit of gas. And my car revved me up to the right rev range to put me in the right gear. Don't know if that's always good or not to do that all the time. I don't always do it, but it's nice to have when revving, when downshifting your vehicle. So now I'm gonna go up a gear, again, clutch in, grab the gear, let the clutch out, slowly press the gas. Same thing, just repetitive motion, repetitive things you do while doing this. And again, I'm not on the clutch, I'm not on the brake, I'm not on the shifter. I just put my hand here just to rest it. And we're in fourth gear. I can sit here in this car and cruise in fourth gear for a majority of my time driving on the highway. It's gonna be different per car. Some cars are V6, some cars are a 4-cylinder, some cars are a muscle car like mine, they're V8. It depends on your car and depends on what your car requires to roll at certain speeds and certain paces. I'm not an expert in every single car out there on their shifting RPM ranges and what they can cruise at and what they should do, but this is just a basic tips and tricks guide for you guys to be able to get used to seeing it if you're now just getting into manual or you always struggle with that one little thing about a manual. For my people that want to learn how to, like, let's say you want to learn how to do a 0 to 60 pull in your car, okay? You want to do a 0 to 60. I'm at about 60 miles an hour right now, and I want to get a good pull, a good, nice, hard pull on the car. What I will do is, I'm going to come here, get on the straight here, I'm going to downshift twice. So I'm going to go, and then I'm going to, as the car gets nice torque, I'm going to press the gas, shift. It's going to be more of a faster motion. That's how you do it. Just a simple 0 to 60 pull, real nice, real smooth. Want to slow down, press the brake. I know my car can slow down in fourth gear without having to downshift at a certain speed. So I'm cool right here, just having to press the brake, no clutch. But that's super simple on how you do it. Nothing too hard, nothing too difficult, nothing overly crazy about it. Once you get used to doing it, I'm not saying this video is gonna show you how to 0 to 60 pull on your first go time. Trust me, I used to always pop the clutch, used to get jerky with it, used to do all that stuff when I had to get used to this car. So you guys have to get used to your vehicle and doing it. So just get slowly and slowly used to, if you're gonna do it at a safe speed, just slowly get used to slowly going in, slowly going out, then speed it up. Slowly going in, slowly going out. I'll slow the car down again one more time. Slow the car down, get a nice little good speed here, letting the tranny slow itself down. Then we're gonna go boom, we're gonna go downshift twice. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then we're gonna push it. Shift up. Shift again. And as I'm watching my RPMs, I gotta watch them because you don't want to redline, then you'll ruin your pull. So I'm watching my RPM as it gets to around 6,000. Then I'm pushing the clutch in and switch to the next gear. Because if I hit that red line, it's gonna feel like all your car lost all its power. It's gonna throw you forward a little bit, and then you're like, oh crap, I gotta shift. Now your pull is off. Now you have to go shift the gear, and now the car is kind of sluggish again in the pull. So you just want to keep an eye on that RPM range. When you see the needle go up to your red line, whatever that is, either 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, sometimes the RPM limits are 8,000. You want to get ready to get that shift in. So you want to get ready to push that clutch all the way in, throw your next gear, and then let the clutch out, give it gas. You want to get used to doing that really fast. It's a transition. It's really like push in, let out, push in, let out. It's all it is. Some downshift. 1 gear this time. Gonna get a little bit of pull out of the gear, get down to like 4,000 RPM. That's where I like to be for my pulls, and then I'm just gonna give it gas. And then if I wanted to shift, I just shift. Upshifting on gears, you do not always have to give it gas to upshift if you're at a higher RPM range. Sometimes if you do it quick enough, if you press the clutch in and throw it into gear, you don't have to rev up because your car is already going to be in a typical rev range that it's okay with, to not have to rev up. If you do it a little bit slower than you are comfortable with, or a little bit slower than what the car likes, and your rev get a little down in the RPM range, then you're going to have to rev up to get it in the right RPM range. Because once you push the clutch in, you put this car in neutral, the RPMs drop all the way down until you put it back in gear. Then the car finds it again, as you're letting the clutch out and you press the gas, then it gets right back where it needs to go. So it just depends on your car's RPM range and what car you're driving. For this car V8, it's kind of wide, it's really wide. So I don't have to always rev match my car to get in the right RPM range, because it's already kind of in it, so it kind of tweaks the car when I do it. For you guys that drive an inline 4 V6, your RPMs are gonna die out a little bit faster than mine will in my car. So you might have to rev match your car depending on how you shift to get it in the right RPM range to grab that next gear to get a decent pull, or to get a decent transition between your gears. It's all up to your car and what you drive and how comfortable you are driving it. Getting out and driving your car more and more often will allow you to get used to it in a better way, and get to know it more one-on-one. So I mean, I've driven this car for over a year now, and people that know me and know how to drive this car can tell you I was not the greatest of drivers driving this car at first. It was very stuttery, it wasn't very good transition between gears. It was interesting at first, but I wasn't too foreign to it. Some of you guys might be coming into this manual life and be very, very foreign to how the car shifts and think it may be overly complicated. It's not overly complicated once you get used to it. It's almost like I'm just cruising. Like, how many times since I've started talking about this have you guys seen me actually switch gears on the highway? Not that often. I've been doing it for the purpose of the video, but I've just been chilling in 4th gear, rolling down the highway, and I can actually go up a gear to get better fuel mileage if I want to. I can actually go down 1 gear and have a higher RPM range, which is harder on the car, but I chill in 4th gear because that's what this car likes. biggest thing is finding your car, finding what works best for it and for you, and then just getting used to that, getting used to how the car drives, and then just going from there. Every car is different. Just get used to your car, okay? If you guys have any questions about this, you guys can DM me on my social media and I will help you guys out, or you can comment below on the bottom of this video and I will provide as best knowledge and information to you as I can based on the information I know. But just take this video as a how-to or a tutorial and some tricks on what you guys can apply to your vehicle as a manual on how to shift, okay? The lighting right here is immaculate. Ooh, with like the reddish burgundy. Oh, that's sick. That's lit. And then we got Porsche.
Actually, all the man dropped it all last night because he was driving it all week, and as you can see, it's very dirty. So
It's okay, well, dirty cars are okay.
But as you can see, it also has a number right here, 001, with the dirt.
Oh, that's funny. Let me pick it up.
Áudio é foda, né?